Hello, I'm Full Paragon, and this is your guide to the Christmas 2022 Part 2 banner, even though it's now almost April of 2023. So the Princess and the Author part of this banner is another limited banner. The units will be gone after this. They'll get reruns eventually, similar how last year's Christmas units are getting a rerun now, but it'll be quite some time. Arue and Arue are the featured units, and they're both water units with a welfare as a water Cecily. This is not a festival banner. It has normal rates, even though it is a limited banner. So our first 4-star is Iris. We get the second Christmas Iris. This is not the Fire 3-star, but a Water 4-star. She has a Self Tier 3 attack buff on her Skill 1, and her Skill 2 has Self 20% gauge fill and is an HP conditional. Is this unit better than Valentine's Iris? Maybe, I'd even go with probably, but it's still not super worth it because the water trio reigns supreme. She'll only ever hang out in the back, and it's not optimal for her to come out. Then everyone's favorite Crimson Demon fanfic author has double tier 1 buffs, or rather a tier 1 buff and a tier 1 debuff, a weakness debuff and an agility buff. If these were tier 2, she'd be amazing, and she'd probably replace some of the water trio. However, as it is, she's pretty weak and useless. A tier 1 weakness debuff is just so inferior to a tier 2 buff, she's not worth considering, and the same goes for your tier 1 agility buff. It just doesn't cut it when there is easy access to tier 2 agility buffs now. There's not really any reason to pull her. And then we get Cecily, who some of you are going to get to know for the first time, as she is a prominent minor character in the Explosion spinoff, so I expect to be seeing more of her in a few weeks. This is actually one of her better cards. It's not quite as good as her Valentine's card, but it is double damaging skills with a heal over time. It's pretty bad right now, but when we get her Ultimate 2 version 2, she'll be passable. Still, Cecily is getting better, and I recommend you start to level up her affinity in Trials if you haven't already. So in the final verdict, this banner goes on the naughty list. Iris does go on the nice list, and she's a good girl. However, Arue and Cecily both belong in Horny Jail. And this is really a collector's only banner. These units are never really going to be all that meta. The water trio is so much better, and if you have Valentine's Iris, she's fine. You can use Christmas Iris too, but honestly, ideally they'll never see usage. You'll just run the water trio up front, and they'll only come out occasionally. If you don't have the water trio, I still don't really recommend you pull on this banner. There are other water banners that will come out in a month or two that are better choices than this one. That's the video, thanks for watching. I'm afraid that I'm sick again, so there won't really be a stream as I'm just not up to it, but good luck on your polls in Konosuba Fantastic Days, and I'll put out more guide videos as I am able to.